Hey, this is Rich Light Pools. Hey, today we're going to look at, we're going to talk about a little torch. It's a benzomatic torch. And can you melt PVC and reuse fittings whenever you're plumbing something? So if you're plumbing something at the pool equipment and you come into a situation where you'd have to rebuild a whole section, or if you could just cut and reattach to an existing one, then you may just need to be able to cut out a little leak part. Can you cut and then reuse a fitting that's already there or reattach to it? I'll show you a couple situations in which you can do that. I used it yesterday. Went on some plumbing stuff that I cut out. I was reattaching to a three-way valve, so cut the existing pipe off, the fitting that was going in there, and then just got the PVC out, and then was able to reconnect to that three-way valve. Because I was redoing some other plumbing on the suction side. So I used it yesterday, worked great. Today we're going to show you how to use the benzomatic torch, and then to melt some PVC. And then so the tools that I have here is I just have this pair of channel locks, and then you want to get a really thin screwdriver, okay? And then so here's another one that's pretty thin, it's a little bit thicker than this other one, and then a pair of, when you melt the PVC enough, it'll just peel right out, which you'll see, with some needle nose pliers. So let's say that this is your existing, you've got couplings all here. You don't have room to cut in between the couplings and put another one to repair. You know, you got a busted pipe or something, or you're redoing something down here, and it'd be great if you could just reconnect right here. Well, can you do that? Yeah, you sure can. And so you just go ahead and cut this pipe off. So this is just a scrap piece that I had that I cut out yesterday. And I'm gonna show you two different things. Let's say I really want to reuse this fitting or reconnect to this fitting. So maybe I want to put some pipe in here. So I cut the pipe flush to the fitting, and then I'm going to get this part out, which I'll show you. We'll take this out, and then what the next scenario is, maybe I want to reuse the pipe coming through this fitting. I want to do away with this one altogether, so I'll also do that one. After I take this out, then I'll cut this right here, and then we'll take this outer piece off. Now, something that I do, and this is just an additional little tip here, something that I do if I'm going to reuse this particular fitting or reconnect to it, well, I want to try to keep it as good looking as I can. The end right here is going to get a little bit burnt, and that's okay. But I'm just gonna put a little bit of electrical tape around the outside edge of it, and that's just gonna help me keep this just a little bit more looking a little bit better, instead of a scorched pipe right here, you know. Anyway, that's just a little tip for you. Just put a little piece of electrical tape there. You should be okay to help that. You've got to burn this PVC. And don't worry about it. You're not damaging the inside pipe. Also, you know, this little safety disclaimer, this is only for people 18 years of age or older to mess with something like this. Don't do this in not a well ventilated environment. You're not supposed to breathe this, the fumes coming off of the PVC, because I think they're toxic. But I'm just going around. I usually go around at least two full times, just kind of pointing it right at the center and just burning the fire out of it. Because what you've got to do is you've got to get that melted. You've got to get that inner section of PVC that you want to remove. You got to get that good and melted, soft. And how do you know when it's soft enough? You're going to take your thin screwdriver, and you're just going to go straight through. And this is, I've seen this on other videos when they were, you know, melting it with glue and stuff. And so you're going to just go straight through. And if I needed to, if I needed to tap it on through with that, that's what I have that for, the wrench for. But then, if it's soft enough, then what you'll be able to do is you'll just be able to just roll this off. And I'm not going real hard here, okay? This is really nice and soft, and then it just rolls right out. Look at that. And see, it's nice and soft. It's hot, you know, but you know, I don't want to keep my fingers on it, but you've got to get it hot enough that that it'll just go ahead and you just peel it straight out with some needle nose pliers. See, you've got this part right here. I can take my tape off, and then look, I've got a nice piece of, I've got this coupling again that I can go ahead and reconnect with a new piece of pipe here, and it's no problem. You just go ahead and, you know, sand this down a little bit, but basically it just came straight out. Make sure you check dry fit it again. You didn't swell this right here. You didn't do anything to this, because this right here piece was taking all the punishment, all the heat, and that's what you wanted, to be able to make it soft enough that you could just peel it right out. Okay, next, then we've got this. I just cut this off. Okay, this was the existing piece that was on there, so I cut this off, and let's say that I want to use the pipe that's coming through, get rid of this coupling and reconnect to that pipe, because everything over here is still good. Can I do that? Yeah, you sure can. All right, now, and then I did connect, I did put some electrical tape on here. That's just something that I do just to keep the existing part, make sure I don't try to scorch it. But, you know, usually this little flame does pretty good as far as, you know, I put it on the low setting, so it's only coming out, you know, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And so it's pretty straightforward as far as where you can put the flame. It's real windy here today. We've got some clouds and stuff coming in here a little bit later, so that's why it's just real windy right now. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area, and if the fumes come straight at me, well, then I usually hold my breath for a moment while they pass. It's real windy today, like I said, so it's blowing right past me. No problem. I'm going to test it right now. It starts to come out, but then it's fighting you. Well, don't worry. Don't let it fight you. Yeah, this one's fighting me a little bit here. So I need to. See, I got it all the way through. See, I got it all the way through. And that one, see, I can stretch it. So I try to rip part of it, or you can take some sort of industrial type scissor things and then cut through that. And then now you're taking it straight off and just unrolling it. Now that part's fighting me a little bit, and that one's fighting me. Let's see if I can make it come on off. Yeah, it's coming. There you go. And so the torch, there's no debate about the torch. The torch is the way to go. Get you one of these little torches, and when you're in a bind and you really need to reuse that section, now you've got a good piece of pipe here. Just go ahead and sand this a little bit, and then you'll be able to reconnect just fine with another coupling if that will help in your repair. So you got to get in different situations where you man, if I could just reconnect to that pipe, then that would be great. I can rebuild the stuff downstream, whatever. In that kind of situation, you need to get you one of these little torches, and you'll be able to take care of it. Hopefully that was helpful. This is Rich with True Light Pools. Thanks for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.